Nonviolence, or Ahimsa, is the most important commandment of a sadhu. Ahimsa is the first and foremost principle in the list of the Yama Niyama commandments. It is one of the 5 vows of Mahavrata, which is solemnly sworn by all who enter karma sannyasa, by all brahmacharis and sannyasi monks. How wonderful the world would be if all people followed the principles of Ahimsa. The refusal of any violence is not a tribute to secular morality. It is the very essence of Dharma and the beginning of awakening. Ahimsa is the foundation, the base. Without Ahimsa, you will never be able to become a sadhu. You will not be able to achieve liberation from karma, achieve moksha, no matter how much you want it. It is impossible. Without Ahimsa, you cannot purify your karmas or accumulate merits. Before practicing asanas, pranayamas, meditations, mantras, or contemplations, you must first establish yourself in Ahimsa, in non-violence. A sadhu is one who loves all living beings, has compassion for them, and has renounced violence in any form. Failure to observe the rules of Ahimsa creates obstacles in the destiny of a sadhu, because such a sadhu can never truly love God, Dharma, and living beings. Love and wisdom are incompatible with violence toward living beings. No matter how much pranayama, mantras, pujas, or retreats you do, without Ahimsa, there is no sadhu. This is not only about physical nonviolence. Physical violence is already a consequence. You need to look deeper. The cause of any external violence is an unhealthy mind, obsessed with egoism, envy, or hatred. Bad, malicious, impure thoughts begin to accumulate, and then a person either does something harmful to others or falls ill themselves. This is a consequence of supporting bad, impure thoughts, of pride, and being obsessed with mental patterns. Therefore, Ahimsa must also be in thoughts and in speech. There are different kinds of Ahimsa. Among them are Ahimsa of the body, Ahimsa of speech, and Ahimsa of the mind. Ahimsa of the body includes avoid physically harming anyone, even to a small degree. Only do good to others. Treat them as you would like to be treated. Do things for others only if they ask you for it. Do not impose your life rules on others. Respect others' principles and boundaries. Of course, unless they interfere in your life, violating your rules. Always help those who suffer or are in trouble, both people and animals. Do not refuse help to those truly in need. Whenever possible, if asked, support the life force and well-being of others, materially, with words, with prayer, mentally, or with blessings. Rules of Ahimsa of speech. Speak only good things about or to others. If that is impossible, simply remain silent and refrain from any words. Speak with love, very softly and carefully, so as not to hurt others with your words. Speech, Vak, is a unique divine gift from the goddess of speech, Saraswati. It is meant to carry love, happiness, wisdom, the light of awakening, and blessings. Communication is a chance to give the soul of another person all of this. If bad, angry, offensive, impure words or curses slip from your tongue, immediately stop to avoid accumulating bad karma. Analyze the situation. Mentally or verbally repent and acknowledge your mistake. A confessed and purified mistake in thought does not carry karmic consequences. Apologize mentally or verbally to that person or being, since now they have become your karmic creditor and you their karmic debtor. Take on the obligation to praise or mentally bless them. Pray for their health and well-being. Then the goddess Saraswati will be pleased. Avoid harsh expressions, swearing, offensive labels, contemptuous or humiliating words toward others, especially gods, sacred teachings, sadhus, saints, and masters of any spiritual traditions, Dharma brothers and sisters, and Guru Bhayas. One who constantly uses abusive language and impure speech in reincarnation is born into the lower worlds, Patalaloka, due to karma from evil speech. Perhaps in the next life they will have a foul odor from their mouth or be tongue-tied due to blockages in subtle channels in the Vishuddha chakra. Therefore, keep your speech pure, remembering that there is nothing impure in the speech of inhabitants of pure worlds. Pure and correct thoughts give a person ahimsa of the mind. Think only good about others, wishing them well and wisdom, even those who are unjust to you or try to harm you. Sincerely send only good thoughts and emotions to others. Observe and firmly control the mind at the very moment of arising images and thoughts. Let all evil, angry, impure thoughts or images stop and dissolve at their inception. If you still fail and create a bad image, remember that now only you are responsible for this image before the gods. If you thought of someone maliciously, badly, impurely, wished them harm, or worst of all, mentally cursed them, stop immediately and do the following: analyze, repent, acknowledge your mistake. A confessed and purified mental mistake does not carry karmic consequences. Mentally apologize to that person or being. These are the kinds and principles of Ahimsa. A more subtle level of Ahimsa is related to respecting the free will of other beings. This is when you sacredly respect the space of self expression of others. This is how gods live. This is how saints act. Understand that until you learn to respect others' space, respect other energies, the doors to higher worlds will be closed to you. Because in the worlds of the gods, such are the rules. Saints respect the free will of all beings, even animals. If someone wants to become a disciple of a holy sage, such a sage first tests the candidate. Does this person truly act from their faith, determination, and freedom? Or do they follow the patterns of an egotistical mind? To be a disciple means consciously and voluntarily integrating one's will into the will of the divine, the will of Dharma and saints, learning this for even greater freedom of will. This is the inner personal freedom of a yogi. Learn to grant complete freedom of will to other living beings and respect that freedom. Refrain in communication from any attempts to impose your ideas, opinions, or manipulations, whether crude or subtle. Do not teach others how to live unless they specifically ask you to do so, and they must ask responsibly, consciously, with faith, and appropriately. Respect others' free will, but do not fall into self abasement. Teach others to respect your personal space. Remember, you are a sadhu. Value your freedom and views. Do not try to adapt to everyone. Do not be amorphous in your worldview. If necessary, defend your opinion, but do so peacefully and non-violently with love for others.